Very good question, sir. Uh, yeah, first, coming to the demand side of it, we sell about 45% to US, 40 to 45%. And now we are hit with the roadblock of tariffs. And before that also we have anti-dumping duty, countervailing duty and all that. So we need to work on alternate markets. But world markets itself is stagnant. So for sure, we need to work on the domestic market. We have huge potential. We need to tap into the potential. We have huge population and good demographic dividend. And if you look at one demographic cohort of India, Gen Z, which consists of 26%, they influence 46% of the consumption in this country. 46%. And what are their attributes? If you look at that particular cohort's attribute, what they want is convenience, and the second thing is they want to eat healthy. They look for eating protein. And shrimp has both the attributes, but we are not able to let the public at large of this country to know about the goodness of shrimp. So I think first we need to work on the awareness. As they say in management, awareness precedes the demand. First, the public should know what it is. Then the demand would start. That is the first point, sir. And the other thing is you were asking about the brood stock. I mean, we're importing a brood stock called SPF, specific pathogen free. It is free of diseases, but it is not tolerant to the diseases. Because we're doing the culture in small ponds with full biosecurity. If you look at Ecuador, what they do is they do the culture in big farms, no biosecurity, they don't treat the water, but the brood stock is tolerant. The mother prawn itself is is not free of diseases, but it is tolerant to the diseases. So the offspring also has the tolerance. When we started the culture like 15 years back or so, whole of Asia was using SPF, but those times the number of diseases were less. Today, new diseases have emerged. So probably we may have to move from SPF to tolerant. SPF along with tolerance. So we need to invest money on that. Apart from that, we need to work with other species. We need to domesticate the species what we have within the country. They can definitely, do well even in harsh weather. I mean, one of the reasons why Vaname is not doing well is because of the climate change. I mean, the temperatures have gone up in winter. Whereas the line what we are doing or the species what we are doing, it comes from a temperate climate. So it's not doing all that well in winter, all that well in summer months. So our species, if we domesticate, definitely it's an investment for the future. And as we move forward towards 2047, we should work on different species so that we'll have stability. I mean, we'll not get knocked off with the diseases like the way we're getting knocked off. The shrimps are falling like 9 pins. That is from the production viewpoint. And we also need to work on the domestic market. I mean, if you look at the world, every country that is affluent, it consumes more protein. Not just shrimp, I mean, whole protein. I mean, Mr. Suresh Chituri was saying that right at the beginning. I mean, the countries with good GDP, if you look at per capita GDP, they are the ones who are consuming the highest protein. And even China, if you look at, today they're consuming about 2.5 million tons of shrimp. The world produces about 5.5 million tons. China is consuming 2.5 million tons. And their consumption in 2003-04 was only 3 lakhs. It has gone up almost 8-fold. And if you look at their economy, that was the time they're growing as an economy. The middle class started burgeoning, and the protein consumption has gone up, and along with that, shrimp consumption also has gone up. So by the time we become 2047 and a developed country, our protein consumption is going to go up, and we need to be ready. And we need to let the public know about the goodness of the shrimp, then India itself can consume. I mean, it's a whole lot of time it will take. I mean, if we start the journey now, as we are pushed to the wall now, I mean, this is the time we should turn it around. And I will tell you another example, so Brazil. Brazil is also a country that produces and consumes all the shrimp what they're producing. 15 years back, they were exporting 100%. And they were exporting only to one country, USA. And they've been imposed 80% anti-dumping duty. So they didn't have any other go. They started working on the domestic market. Today, they produce about 1.5 lakhs. They consume whole of it, and they import also. So it's not that India is not going to consume. Definitely it can consume if we work on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you.